Good morning everyone. So today we will be discussing about rough cast finish. So in the previous slide we have been discussed about what do you mean by plastering, what are the objectives of the plastering, what are the properties of the good plaster, and what are the materials we used in the plastering, and what are the types of plaster already have been discussed. So today we will be discussing about the rough cast finish. Also in the previous slide I have also discussed the types of finishing. The smooth cast finish already I have been discussed with you. So we will give a quick review on the smooth cast finish. So in the smooth cast finish, it is just similar to the sand faced finish, except the fine grain sand is used instead of a coarse grain sand, and the ratio of the cement is to sand, that is kept as 1:3. In case no sponging is done, since the sand grains are required to be exposed, and it is mainly done on the internal walls. For the external walls, the wooden floors have been used. It is a finish which presents the leveled and smooth surfaces. This is all about the smooth cast finish. Here you can also see the images of the smooth cast finish. Next is rough cast finish. So in this rough cast finish, this plaster is a mixture of sand and gravel in a specified proportion, which is dashed over a freshly plastered surface. And the plaster base consists of a two-coat under layer, that is 12 mm thick, and the top layer 10 mm thick, having the cement mortar ratio 1:3. In the final coat of this plaster, concrete is used in the ratio of cement is to sand is to coarse aggregate, that is 1:1.5:3, and the coarse aggregate is of the range, that is 3 mm to 12 mm, and the base is made more plastic. About 10% of hydrated lime by volume of the cement shall be added while preparation of the mortar. This finish is waterproof, durable, resistant to cracking, and hence it may be used for the external renderings. So in the rough cast finish, here you can see the images of the rough cast finish. In the rough cast finish, it is a mixture of sand and gravel which is of a proportion, and it is dashed over a freshly plastered surface, and this plaster base consists of a two-coat. Okay, and under layer 12 mm thick and top layer, that is 10 mm thick, having the cement mortar ratio 1:3, and in the final coat the concrete is used in a ratio of cement is to sand is to coarse aggregate, that we can take as M20 grade 1:1.5:3, and the coarse aggregate is of a range, that is 3 mm to 12 mm, and the finish, this rough cast finish, is a waterproof, durable, and resistant to crack, and hence it can be used in the external purposes. So next is pebble dash finish. So it is a finish in which the small pebbles or crossed stones of suitable size 10 mm to 20 mm are dashed against the surface so that they are laid in position by the mortar, and the mortar is in the proportion of 1:3 as cement is to sand. So we can say it in the pebble dash finish, it is a finish in which the small pebbles or the crushed stones of size, that is 10 mm to 20 mm, are placed against the surface so that they can be laid in the position by mortar, and the mortar is in the proportion of 1:3, that is cement is to sand. So next is scraped finish. It is a finish in which the final coat, after being labeled and allowed to stiffen for the few hours, the final coat is usually 6 to 12 mm thickness. So this is all about the scraped finish. Next is sand faced plaster. The first coat of the sand faced cement plaster is done with the cement mortar in 1:4 with coarse sand. After curing the plaster for 7 days, the second coat of the cement plaster 1:3 ratio will be done on the first coat. So in the sand faced plaster, there are two coats have been applied. The first coat of the sand cement plaster is done with the cement mortar 1:4 with the coarse sand. After curing that plaster for 7 days, the second coat has been used, that is of cement plaster 1:3 ratio. Next is acoustic plaster finish. This is a plaster of gypsum mixture with plaster to obtain a soundproof plastering which is applied as finishing coat in 2 layers. 6 mm hitch. These are used therefore in the interior walls of the auditorium, picture halls, conference halls. For finishing work, it is preferably to use wooden floors in the place of a steel floors. So in the acoustic plaster finish, this is a plaster of the gypsum mixture with plaster to obtain the soundproof plastering, and it is mainly applied in the 2 coat which is of a thickness that is of a 6 mm, and this finish is mainly used in the interior walls of the auditorium, picture halls and conference halls. For finishing work, it is preferably to use wooden floors in place of a steel floors. So next we will be reading about the types of mortar for plastering. So all of us know in the previous chapter, that is in the chapter 3. In the chapter 3 we have studied about what do you mean by mortar. We have already been studied. So a mortar is a homogeneous plastic mixture obtained by process of uniform mixing of binding material, fine aggregates, water to make a paste of required consistency and used to bind a masonry unit. This is known as mortar. All of us know mortar is a paste which is obtained by process of uniform mixing of binding material, fine aggregates and water to make a paste of required consistency, and it is used to bind a masonry unit. Next, what are the various types of mortar we use in a plastering? So first is lime mortar, cement mortar and lime cement mortar. So there are 3 types of mortar: lime mortar, cement mortar, lime cement mortar. So in the lime mortar, it may be either fat lime or hydraulic lime. Fat lime yields good putty after slaking, preferred more. Hydraulic lime contains particles which slake very slowly. Slow slaking may cause blisters. Mixed proportion of lime is to sand, that is 1:3 to 1:4 for fat lime and 1:3 for hydraulic lime. So in the lime mortar, I have already been told lime mortar consists of two types, fat lime or hydraulic lime, and the fat lime yields good putty after slaking and it preferred more, and hydraulic lime contains some particles which has been slaked very slowly and the slow slaking makes cause blisters. And the mixed proportion of the lime mortar, that is lime is to sand, and 1:3 to 1:4 for fat lime, and for hydraulic lime that is a 1:2. Next is cement mortar. In the cement mortar, being non-absorbent, it is best used for the external plastering work. It is preferred in damp rooms and damp climates, stronger than the lime mortar. It does not possess sufficient plasticity. Mixed proportion cement is to sand, that is 1:4 to 1:6. Sand used should be clean, coarse and angular. So in the cement mortar, all of us know cement mortar paste has been used for the external plastering work, and it is stronger than the lime mortar. And the mixed proportion of the cement is to sand, that is 1:4 to 1:6. And the sand is used should be clean, coarse and angular size. Next is lime cement mortar. In this mortar, it both contains lime and cement. So we can say it as it contains properties of both the lime mortar as well as the cement mortar. And addition of the lime imparts plasticity, resulting in the smooth plastered surface. And the mixed proportion of the lime cement mortar, that is cement is to lime is to sand, that is 1:1:6, 1:1:8 or 1:2:8. So this is about the lime cement mortar. So in this mortar, it mainly contains the 2 properties. First is lime and cement. And addition of lime imparts plasticity, which results in the smooth plastered surface. And in the mixed proportion of lime, cement and sand, the proportion should be 1:1:6 or 1:1:8 or 1:2:8. So next we will be reading about pointing in the next slide. Okay. Thank you.